Is semaglutide compound ending? New lawsuits from, not lawsuit, but new news from Novo Nordisk. I did not want to make this video today at all. I just got an update in my free encouragement group about what's trending now over the last few hours as I'm filming this on October 23rd, 2024. Updates, of course, will be in my free encouragement group, which I'll link down below. But basically what has happened today, and you're going to be seeing this video tomorrow, is Novo Nordisk, and my source is CNBC, and then I also have it's Stat by it's a national biotech reporter, Elaine Chen, who also is reporting on this too. I'm following both of those news sources for citing my sources. I will link those down below. Just click the ... more so if you want to read those articles too. Is Novo Nordisk asked the FDA to ban compounding pharmacies from making Ozempic and Wegovy copies. If you saw my video today, which is really tomorrow because you're watching this tomorrow, but I was talking about Tirzepatide compound, which is from, is the active ingredient in Eli Lilly's Zepbound and Mounjaro. The active ingredient in Wegovy and Ozempic is semaglutide. I said in my previous videos about how Tirzepatide, Eli Lilly is legally going after in multiple different ways to end. Tirzepatide got off the FDA shortage list, which then helped make it legally substantially easier for Eli Lilly to start suing compound pharmacies for making Tirzepatide compound, which many, many people are on. They're not on brand name because of the shortage, but also because of the cost issues. Zepbound and Mounjaro are about $1,000 a month, and before the savings card and insurance, and Ozempic and Wegovy are around $1,000 a month as well, and so pre discounts and insurance and all that stuff. So pulling potentially Tirzepatide off has been crazy, but now in lieu of today's information is semaglutide was one of my solutions for pivoting off of Tirzepatide. Oh, then see if your healthcare provider can prescribe for you semaglutide if you're getting off Tirzepatide, because Tirzepatide won't be available. Right now we're seeing with the legal issues that we're seeing with Eli Lilly, that's going to, in my humble opinion, there's a reprieve for now, but that will be ending. However, Novo Nordisk, they're a Danish-based company. Eli Lilly is a US-based company. Eli Lilly is very American in the sense of that they are legally going after it. Whereas Novo Nordisk is taking a slightly different tactic than Eli Lilly. They are saying in what they today asked the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration, to prevent compounding pharmacies from making cheaper versions of the popular weight loss injection, Wegovy and Ozempic. It's saying that the medications are too complex for the manufacturers, compound manufacturers, to make safely. And the FDA still has to make the final decision on whether to bar these unapproved versions of semaglutide, the active ingredient for Ozempic and Wegovy. So the FDA still has to make the final decision on this. In a statement, the agency said that it is reviewing the petition from Novo Nordisk and will respond directly to Novo Nordisk. The move is Novo Nordisk's latest attempt to crack down on, quote, potentially harmful copies of semaglutide after it filed 50 lawsuits against several clinics, compounding pharmacies, and other manufacturers last year. It comes as the Danish drug maker tries to ramp up the supply of semaglutide to meet the unprecedented demand in the US. And so why this FDA shortage thing makes such a big deal for people is because it's making it easier. You can still have compounds if something's not on the FDA shortage list, but it does make it quite complicated. And even in that, Eli Lilly is suing a bunch of people, even within that. And so I wanted to share the story because I think it's important for you, if you do have health insurance and you're on a compound. I was thinking this, and I said in my video yesterday, which came out today, but really when you see this video will be tomorrow, that this was going to be a while. In my mind, I thought it was going to be much longer than what it's been for Novo Nordisk doing this legal move. But I think seeing what happened with Eli Lilly, it did kind of open the floodgates for Novo Nordisk. I don't know. That's my interpretation of it. I don't know if that's factually accurate or not. But compounds are a big industry. They make a lot of money. So people have asked me privately, why are they doing this? money. It's money. And also because both companies have worked incredibly hard for these patents, for these drugs, the legal loopholes they've had to go through. And there's a lot with these unprecedented in our lifetime drugs. I mean, for me, I never introduced myself. If you're new here, I'm Elizabeth, Countess of Shopping. I've lost over 98 pounds in the last 22 months after having not ever been able to lose, to keep weight off since I was like 8, 9, or 10 on my first diet. Like, to have this new lifestyle, to be who I am, physically active. I ride roller coasters, I ride horses, all these cool non-scale victories with it. And so my heart is going out to people who are on compounds because of the cost. Because traditionally compounds are around ish, 200, 300, a little more than $300 ish, approximately. It depends on the dose. And it could be a little bit more than that per month. Whereas brand names, like I said, are $1,000 a month before any discounts and insurance. And so what I want to encourage you, if you've been on the compound train, I know that the past few days could feel defeating. Deflated. I was saying deflated and defeating together. And I want to encourage you, because here at Countess of Shopping, we are a place of encouragement. We are a place of solutions. We're solution-oriented people, and that we're going to get through this. We're going to figure it out. I do feel like I have whiplash. Like we have been headbanged in every possible way. I feel like through the shortages, through just getting through side effects, getting through doses, like getting a doctor to approve these medications. Like, it's just been laborious for GLP-1 medication. And then to have this latest thing, we're going to get through it though. I do know that for sure. I don't know how, but we will. Because what I do know is this is an ever-changing industry. Y'all, just a side note, I have a whole content calendar for you guys, and it continuously every week's getting jacked up because of these breaking news stories. Like today, your video that you're watching today was not supposed to be this video. And so the reason why I'm saying that is so much changes in a 24-hour period. So expect some other changes. Something's going to come in here to help and be of service. And so I know many of you are upset about the compounding changes that are happening because that's how you've gotten your GLP-1 medication. But I go back to, it is open season. Can you look within your insurance group if you have that option? I know some of you don't, so hang tight. Hold your shoulders while I talk about this part here. But if you do have a health insurance, can you look to see if you can change health insurance companies during open season? Talking to your HR potentially about that. There are, and maximizing as much as you can through your employer and your health insurance company, for sure. 1. 2, if PA's prior authorizations are a part of your story with your health insurance, I use Join Fridays. They have a whole PA department, a huge prior authorization department. Excuse me, that's my acid reflux from from a Zepbound. They have a huge PA department that will fight for me. I don't have to push those papers. They're pushing the papers for me. And so maybe switching over to Join Fridays, maybe that's an option. But I do think that these Wegovy and Ozempic are under patent protection in the US and abroad. Novo Nordisk and its rival Eli Lilly do not supply the active ingredients in their drugs out to outside groups. The company says it raises question about some of the manufacturers are selling and marketing to customers. And so let me go back over to this other article. So the one article was written by Annika Kim Castino from CNBC. And then the one over on Stat, she is Elaine Chen, the national biotech reporter, is talking about how semaglutide has been on the market for over 2 years, and that Novo Nordisk is saying demonstrable difficulties for compounding lists, which are complex medication that compounders are not allowed to make regardless of shortages, according to the documents the agency posted this week. The FDA still has to make a clear decision to officially place semaglutide on these lists. So this list basically is they're not going to be like the demonstrable difficulties of compounding lists. It's like too complex for compounders to do. And so a spokesperson said the agency is reviewing Novo's petition and will respond directly to the company. And then the article stops there. So friends, I think it's important also. So number 1 was insurance. And then number 2, the people I said to hold your shoulders. This is you. You can come back now. This is you. Is making a plan. And you may be like, I don't know what the plan is. But I want you to start thinking of your options. Like I said, we are solution oriented here collectively in the YouTube comments. and also in my free encouragement group, we're going to be talking about options. What is not an option is some of these ones that I've talked about. I talked about it in another video. I forget what day it was. My days are kind of meshing together. But places, there's some shady boots on the internet. Like we just talked yesterday about the scam that's going on with these GLP-1 supplements where they're like GLP-1 boosters in a pill, like not in a pill, but like a gummy format or like a vitamin format. There's no such thing as a GLP-1 like a gummy booster. The shots for GLP-1, there is a oral version. It's not Tirzepatide, it's semaglutide. There's that. But the injections are with compounds or with Eli Lilly's Zepbound and Mounjaro and Novo Nordisk, Wegovy and Ozempic. And so what I hate seeing is in my group, sometimes people post things and I'm like so nervous. I'm like, don't do that. Like that is not a reputable medical solution. And that's where I kind of want to steer the conversation of having things. It's not worth taking something that's risky or shady boots. Your health matters, right? Like I don't get cheap sushi. I don't get cheap plastic surgery, and I don't want to get injectables while I know people are looking for cheap price points. But there's a tipping point in this of where that is detrimental to your health if these things are getting taken off the market by the FDA. And so I do want to caution common sense in here with I'm trying to like really mark my words and just be like, be careful about things. Like there's certain things like some people selling stuff on Facebook. You need a prescription. You need to have a telehealth company or a medical, a healthcare provider, not necessarily telehealth, but a healthcare provider prescribing these. These are prescriptions. And with prescriptions there is a 1%. I mean, there is a 1% severe side effects that happen with these drugs. That's not a lot of people, but that's still people. That's still thousands of people that do have gnarly severe side effects from GLP-1s. And so I think putting on our thinking caps of our safety and our health is important if semaglutide does go away. And you guys know I will be breaking it here first. I'll be breaking it down here first, but that's the information that I have right now. And I do think thinking of a plan of the next steps if semaglutide does go off or tirzepatide does go off, of coming up with the next plan if with health insurance or other people don't want to hear about some of the other lesser GLP-1s, but maybe those are choices for you that would be covered by your health insurance if finances are, because typically that's what I hear, which is why I'm saying it, an option. I was on Contrave a while back. I forget when it was, to be honest. It was more than 22 months ago. It was way before that. And it did not work for me. However, I was on the loading dose of that or the starting dose. And so I'm like, maybe if I had tried more with Contrave, would that have helped? That was covered by my health insurance. And so I'm saying these things because there are some options. That's not the best option. But what I do know is that we have more GLP-1s entering the marketplace. And so buying some time to get to those points of when those new GLP-1s get on the marketplace is going to change pricing, is going to change health insurance coverage. It's going to change a lot of stuff. And I have a video, it was in the sequence to come out, about Medicare coming up, talking about that too. If you're on Medicare, which I know so many of you are, that's why you're taking compounds, because Medicare has not covered GLP-1 medication. Do you have some of the other things like there's these approvals coming up or have come out about like sleep apnea, lessening heart disease that will have coverage. It's not going to cover for weight loss, chronic obesity management, but it will cover for these other things like sleep apnea, like reduction of heart disease, cardiovascular events, strokes, things like that. So what I do know is that you do have solutions. And I may not have all the answers in today's video to be fully authentic and honest. This one kind of took me by surprise. I just wasn't expecting that today. I was expecting a lot, but not that. And so I don't really have a ton of solutions for you other than what I've mentioned. And I go back to things I can change and things I can't, and the wisdom to know the difference and what is my personal accountability in this. I do have control over what goes in my mouth, even though that can be very difficult at times for me. I do have control over how much I move my body. I do. I do have control over my mindset associated with this. Am I going to let this take me down into a spiral, or going to use it to push me up and boost me up? Number 4, am I participating in the Countess's weekly challenges and her free encouragement group? Like, Like, are you kidding me? I wish I was me on the other side with these challenges. They're free, and I give out the prizes. I'm the one who's footing the bill on these, by the way. Like, the Countess of Shopping household account and I are buying those things, and we're happy to do that for our community to help encourage and motivate and make it a really encouraging space. But if you're not participating in those free challenges, oh my gosh, do it. It will help motivate. It will help motivate, particularly when I feel like we do have whiplash. With all of these things between compounds and shortages and health insurance coverage changing and prior authorizations and what you need from health insurance to get it approved to be able to find your prescription at the pharmacy when they actually do have it. I have to go drive now for the next hour plus to go. I need to reframe that. I get to drive for the next hour plus to go get my medication. I have to go pick it up today because today's the last day and it's like the pharmacy is closing soon. Like, it's stressful. And so I want to acknowledge that too, that if you are feeling stressed from your GLP-1, yeah, there's pockets of this that are stressful, but there's also amazing, beautiful pockets. And I'm choosing to lean into that of how grateful I am that I get to have this breath to be able to move and to take care of my kid and my hot husband today. And because I've lost 98 pounds, my joints don't feel the way that they used to 98 pounds ago. I can walk up and down the stairs. I used to be, I don't know if you guys, I had this memory bubble pop up and I was like, oh, I have to tell the Countess of Shopping community about breathing really loudly. And I did a video here on YouTube. I've been here for a while. And on my YouTube video from a while back, I was listening to, I just happened to click on one, and I was breathing so loudly in the video. I'm like, I breathe like that all the time. Like this heavy, intensive breathing, I don't do that really anymore. In my videos, I don't hear it at least. I'm like, I probably do. And when I walk up the stairs, I used to huff and puff and blow the house down so hardcore. I don't really do that anymore. See, now I just did it. I'm like, am I breathing loudly? Am I sounding like a creepy clown? But that's been one of the crazy things. I was thinking about that today. Anybody else have that? Tell me in the comments below. Is your breathing changed? Mine for sure has. And at nighttime, I used to snore horrifically, and I don't do that anymore. Or I still do. My boy's like, you snore, Mom, but it used to be like blow the house down like Three Little Pigs. She huffed and she puffed and she blew the house down. So let's kick it over. I got some questions too. I want to answer these on my last video. I was talking about my Bioptimizer's Magnesium Breakthrough. I am obsessed with it because it has 7 types of magnesium in it. I used to take the one on Amazon that had 1, which is nice, but 7 is substantially better. And many people have also commented how much it's helped them too. Like, you can listen to me, great, but really other people validating that. These are awesome. It's worth every single penny I bought with these. It's so worth it because it helps me with constipation, which is one of the side effects on GLP-1 medication. It helps me with sleep. It helps me also with muscle recovery now that I'm really working out a whole bunch. It's been awesome. And there's all these studies coming out too, by the way, scientific studies on stress and anxiety reduction through magnesium. That's another one. And there's a second one. What was the other one? Oh, gut health. But I don't want to talk about this because I don't have all the, I don't want to go deep dive into this. But you can get with the discount code QUEEN. I'll link it down below, as is all my sources from today's video. I highly recommend. If you've not tried this, people have asked what's the difference between some of the other medications. This is the medication I recommend. It's not medication, I beg your pardon. Forgive me. It's a supplement. It's not. And before you take any supplement, always talk to your own healthcare provider. But this is the one someone was referencing another brand. I'm like, this is the one I am obsessed with, Bioptimizers. Point blank, period. I love their stuff. I love the science behind it. And I'm one of a lot of thousands and thousands and thousands of people who love it too. So, because it works. It takes some time to build up in your system. Oh, that was some of the questions. I take 2 pills at nighttime. When you first get it, they may say take more pills at the beginning because 70% of people are magnesium deficient. And so I was deficient when I first started. And so starting off at a higher amount or dose or whatever, I just did what the company told me to do. But when I first started, I think the directions were a little bit different, but now I take 2 at nighttime and I love it. It's amazing. And it's like this decrease in sleep. It's this beautiful thing of where I just generally get tired. It's not like a melatonin where it's not like that at all. It's different because I used to take a lot of melatonin. This is much different and I very much appreciate it. I love it so much. I want to do a Moira Rose impersonation. I love my, that was not a Moira Rose impersonation. I need to work on it. Work, honey, work. What was the other question I got yesterday? There was another really, really good one. There's been so many awesome questions and I love it. Oh, many people were asking about the Vegas get together. So I'm doing a Vegas meetup. It will be, I have not booked anything. I booked my travels, but not, I'm going to be there. Do you guys know Alex Hermosi and Layla Hermosi? I'm going to be with them. That's why I'll be in Vegas. But it's Sunday, December 15th, 2024. In the early evening, because I will still be on East Coast time and you guys are night owls in Vegas and I am not. I'll have my mouth guard in by like 8 o'clock at night. I will definitely have that on and my sound music, my ocean music going. But we'll do Sunday, December 15th, 2024, either at the Wynn or the Encore Hotel on the Vegas Strip, and it will be in the early evening. I don't know what the specific time will be. I need to look at my flight. It will be contingent on my flight being on time, which I'm assuming it will be. And then I want to do something at like cafeteria style because I don't want to have to go to a restaurant and figure out the bill. Like that's just too chaotic. But if we go meet somewhere where we can all sit like at a Starbucks or a food court where we can all get like a salad or something, or I almost said French fries. Would that not be so funny if we're at a GLP-1 meetup and I'm like, okay, let's get the nachos. Who's getting the queso? Oh, one other thing too is several people have asked. This is my Google Pixel. I bought the watch. It's much like the Apple Watch, but I'm a Google person, not an Apple person. I bought it because it tracks AFib. And you guys told me if you have the Fitbit 4, which I'll link down on Amazon with my whole Amazon shopping list, the Fitbit 4, if you want to get that. But I'm not sure if I like this yet or not. To be continued, but I'm still wearing my Oura ring because I'm such a data nerd. I'm comparing both the data. I'm like fascinated. I want to see if there's like differences. So more on that is coming, but I am wearing these and I am tracking these. So, and many of you guys have said that you're waiting for the Oura Ring 4 to come out. I don't think it's that much different than the Oura Ring 3, but some of y'all are like, I want to get the latest technology, which I get. But you can get that off of my Amazon shopping list as well. In addition to my sneakers, I'll be wearing those, honey, in Vegas. Will I be? I feel like I will be. I'm going to be wearing those. So I hope you can come to the Vegas meetup, but also no pressure too. I think I'm going to do an RSVP list though, because I don't want to have just like, I don't know, if for some reason like 3 people will be there, then maybe we will do a restaurant. But if like 15 people are coming, then we'll get a bigger table. You know what I'm saying? So I may have like an RSVP list. And many of you guys have said that it sounds like you're going to come or you're going to fly in, which would be so fantastic. It will be it will be super cash. It'll be super cash. And my flight, it would be early afternoon because I will be in bed early because I'm a geezer. I got to get my beauty rest. So, okay, this video was completely unplanned, completely unexpected to do this update. If there's other updates tomorrow when we hear back from the FDA, by the way, this is the Gucci lip gloss. I don't like it at all because of the applicator. Gucci, if you're watching, I hate this applicator. It's so flim-flammy. It needs a thick, big one like the Dior or the e.l.f. Even e.l.f. has a better one. Like it's so flim-flammy, but I love the gloss itself. It's a very pretty gloss. Really love the gloss itself, but the application stinks. Okay, I feel like we've done the thing today. We've got the information. I love you guys so super much. I'm going to stop. You guys are probably like, stop yapping, Elizabeth. If you're working out too, tell me down below. Your girl has not worked out in a couple of days. And the count goes to me. I was talking about something. We work together for our business. And I was telling him something. And he goes, I don't care about your business. I care about when was the last time you worked out, Elizabeth? I said, how dare you? But I appreciate him calling me out on it. So call me out tomorrow when this video comes out. Call me out and say, if you get to this point, Elizabeth, did you work out today? I went to the dentist and I did a bunch of stuff. I got trapped in Northern Virginia, which was good. And if you see me out, by the way, come say hi. Some people was like, oh, I saw you out and about, but I was too scared to say hi. Come say hi to me. I would love to say hi. And Lark, if you're watching, love you. She came to say hi to me a couple days ago. And that makes my heart go pitter patter. I love it. If you do see the Count or the Duke out with me in public, I ask you, please do not take their picture like out of risk. They do not want to be on the internet at all. Both of them were like, no thanks. But I would love to, please come say hi to me. Please, please, please do not be afraid. Someone was like, oh, you were with your kid. He doesn't care. The Duke doesn't care if you come say hi. He will care if you take a picture with me, with him, but not with me. So, but I love when you guys say hi. It makes my day. It truly does. I'm like, I love you guys so much. Like, I'm so incredibly grateful for our community. Okay, this watch is telling me, oh, that's my mom. Okay, I gotta go. This watch, it vibrates when my messages come in, and I feel like that is, I don't know how I feel about that. You guys will have to teach me your ways. Okay, I love you guys. Emoji of the day is gonna be a pencil. That tells me, people are like, why do you do emoji of the day? To get to know you better. It tells me you made it this far in the video. 2, I will pray over you. If you don't believe in prayer, I'll uplift you in positive thought. If you've not gotten my free meal plan, that's linked in the description link below. And our accountability question of the day, what are you doing today to move you closer to your goals? My Peruvian chicken is about ready to arrive, so I'm gonna go get that too. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others. I'm Countess of Shop, and count my blessings because life is delicious. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow.